wrestling legend. Liverpool, I'm not going to make you wait anymore. I know this is what you've been waiting for. Please welcome to the stage, John Cena!
I'll stand. I like to just keep moving. I've been sitting down and standing all day. How is everybody out there? I saw a lot of spirit and enthusiasm in the room. All right, that's excellent. You have questions, I have answers. Let's go.
We have so many questions. John Cena, everybody. My goodness.
In case you couldn't tell by the shadow outline or the music or the entrance, I'm John Cena.
Yes. We've done it well. Well, I have to ask you, that was a much bigger entrance that you've been recently doing. Tell us the story behind the blackout entrance. All people are talking about.
Yeah, I mean, is that really all people are talking about?
Well, it's a lot.
In the conversations that are going on in this very building with all the personalities we have, the only thing people are talking about is the theory behind the blackout entrance.
Yeah.
I tend to
It's controversial.
So a lot of your questions, you and I are going to volley back and forth, and I'm going to try to answer nothing because a lot of them are reflections on the tour that still is going on. As you guys know, I'm in the midst of a retirement tour. We have 3 big dates left, tomorrow night in Madison Square Garden being one, so it's a pleasure to be here with you today. I'm going to race home as soon as we finish. But all of that stuff, all of those little Easter eggs, because everything does have meaning. I want to tell you all that. So that's the information I will give you. But what I don't want to do is spoil the tour before it's done. I think there's something to be said for just putting out a body of work. And trust me, I hear and see all of your vocal opinions. I'm impressed that some of you can weave such profanity together in Shakespearean form to criticize my efforts. I really do hear and appreciate all that. But I just, here's another piece of information for you. I wanted to put out this 1 year as a body of work and not reflect on it until it's over. Because I think people, we experience these moments and we may have an emotion in the moment, and then after the moment we may have a different critique of what's going on, and then 2 months later we may have a different opinion, and then 2 months later we may have a different opinion. And I have heard a whole lot of different opinions from you guys, and I really appreciate that because most of all you're vocal. And when I hear your noise, that means we're doing something that has your attention. So I'll reflect on the entrance and all other things, retirement tour, December 14th and beyond, if that's okay with you. I just want to throw the whole thing out there as one big package. We'll do it after the holidays because I want you guys to be able to swear at me again.
That's perfect. No swearing during the holidays. Yeah. Well, we got to talk about something that it's even bigger than wrestling, in my opinion, which is your philanthropy. This man does so much for others, and you recently just surpassed 650 wishes with Make-A-Wish. So we want to thank you for that. What is it like to give back, and what does it say about your fame and legacy, all of your philanthropic work?
Let me guess, a lot of material there. He's frustrated already. I know. First of all, thank you very much for the kind words. 2 of them, I don't really think about that much. You had mentioned the word fame and the word legacy. I don't care about fame. I just try to be who I am, and I believe if you do good work, eventually some people pay attention, and maybe they'll give you the opportunity to do that work as a vocation. I don't know. As far as legacy, legacy is how you're remembered when you're gone. Here's a spoiler, I'll be gone. So I won't be around to see how people remember me. I think that keeps me focused on doing the most I can with every day. Every day is not easy. Sometimes you get frustrated or jet lagged flying across the pond to say hello everybody, only to fly back and kick Dominic Mysterio's ass. I will say that I'm very honored to work with the Make-A-Wish charity, and every visit I've ever done has simply been for the purpose of that visit, and the yield has been wonderful. It has filled me with love and joy. So I'm thank you for the kind words.
Thank you, my goodness. Using your platform for such positive reasons, we love that. We gotta talk about Peacemaker. How you have...
So that's something we can talk about. I
That's
told you
something we
guys,
can
I
talk
came
about.
out of here like a ball of fire, and then I'm talking to you guys like this. Just really bringing the room down. Let me sit, let's talk about Peacemaker. I'm gonna stand, I'm gonna sit. Whew, that feels good.
quite
All
a
right, let's
workout.
talk about Peacemaker. We have to.
let's
That's all anyone's talking about.
Yes, that's all they're talking about. Liverpool is just
A buzz.
Yes, it's a buzz for Peacemaker. And actually it is. What a show. It seems like a role that you can really sink your teeth into, and you have. Has it been such a journey?
Well, I mean, I was dead in the Suicide Squad, came back for 2 seasons of TV, and boy, did we have an interesting end to Peacemaker season 2. So yeah, it's been a great journey. The Peacemaker character has been in the mind of James Gunn for a half decade now. So yeah, that's officially a journey. It has been a heck of a journey. All right. Yeah,
And
right.
what a cast as well that you're working with. They just seem like they get along great when I've seen interviews with them. But how do you get along with the cast?
Man, I tell you, like, I think a groupthink atmosphere is the sum of its parts. And the 11th Street kids, me, Jen, Danielle, Freddie, Steve, like I don't use this word often, we love each other. Like, we're all rooting for each other. Everyone has so much talent, and it's not a situation where people are trying to muscle in for screen time or importance. It is a situation of humble empathy where we want everyone in the room to succeed. And because we filmed Peacemaker season 1 during COVID, it was like we were the only ones around. And the ancillary cast members were great, but they kind of picked up our vibe because we were the only people in the room. And then it really trickled over to season 2, where we were able to, get so many unbelievable people to join us, but everybody kind of really understands that it is the rising tide floats all boats. And James is such a brilliant writer, and he gives every character meaning and every character story. And no one in the cast is counteracting what is written. Everyone is a team player, and I think that helps the dynamic and helps everybody shine.
Absolutely. It's such an amazing show. Now, I have to ask you, if I can respectfully fangirl, I've been following your career. This is going to sound creepy. I've been following your career since UPW, when you were the prototype. You were half machine, remind me?
I was 50% man,
Uh-huh.
50% machine, 100% awful.
Okay.
Don't laugh. I know some of you have seen that stuff. I
That is not...
feel like I owe you money.
Yeah. But if you guys haven't seen that documentary...
I was finding my way. Okay? All right.
Hey, it worked out great.
It worked out okay.
You did pretty well for yourself.
worked out okay.
I've seen it. Well, I have to say, it was cool to see kind of, your roots and where you came from and how you got to Hollywood. And I think you were kind of pursuing acting and then wrestling as well. And then wrestling kind of took you on this huge trajectory, obviously. But then I want to know, how did you return back into the Hollywood machine? And obviously you've proven yourself as such a gifted actor now, but how did you kind of go back to that Hollywood scene?
So to sum up 23 years,
Yeah.
it has simply been have a plan and then expect that not to work. I went out to California not to be an actor or a professional wrestler. I went out there to be a kinesiologist and work in the field of physical fitness. And that's kind of where everybody was, Venice, California. When you're out there, some like day work comes out, like, hey, we want to use you for a Gold's Gym commercial. Oh, sure, that'll be fun. We want to use you as an extra and Ready to Rumble. What's an extra? I get to be in the background and lift weights? Oh my God, I have to do it for 20 straight hours? Okay, no problem. That's going to be fun. We'd like you to do this reality show called Manhunt. What does that mean? That means you're going to fly to Hawaii and we think it'll be a great experience. Okay, sure. In all those instances, it wasn't my path. It was just what life dealt me. And I tried to be a cop. I thought that was my path. I failed the test. I tried to get a job in the fitness industry. I thought that was my path. I failed that. Nobody would hire me, even though I had a degree. I was going to join the Marine Corps, and a friend of mine said, hey, we're all training over at Ultimate Pro Wrestling in Orange County. I think you should do it. Again, life deals you a chance. I said, yeah, sure, let's check it out. And the first time I saw that ring in LA Boxing, I was like, man, I will work a cruddy job to be able to do this. And I know there's some folks out there on the independent circuit, I've spoken to a lot of you today, you understand. Like, you work your job all week to be able to wrestle and perform, and it's not necessarily about the yield that you make. It's just you do it because you love it. And that's how I started. It was a hobby of mine. I never thought I'd be anything. You can look at that early UPW footage where I'm like, I don't even know what's going on. I just think this is fun to do. And then from there, life dealt me a small WWE contract. And from there, a greater one. And from there, a greater one. So I never thought any of this would happen. It wasn't necessarily my path. Movies are the same thing. The first movie I did was because WWE wanted to make a movie studio. And they figured if we were movie stars, we would draw more people to the events. That's pretty logical, except there's a lot of things to make a movie. There's a lot of things to make a successful movie. And we were young producers and didn't necessarily know all of those avenues. And I was a 26-year-old world champion. I did not want to be on some Hollywood set for 12 hours watching one thing blow up. I wanted to be in Liverpool at a live event in front of an awesome audience. So life dealt me a cool opportunity to do movies. And I said yes, but my heart wasn't in it. My heart was always on the canvas. I always wanted to be back on tour, because as a young 20-something athletic kid, like, that was where I felt my heart and soul was, my family was. Those movies turned out really bad because, quite frankly, I didn't want to be there. But I had enough of them under my belt, so someone took another chance on me later on down the road and cast me as Fred's dad in the movies, in the Fred movies. And Brian Robbins, the guy who kind of created the project, was like, "Hey, I think if you just parody yourself, you'll be okay. Are you fine with making fun of yourself?" I said, "Say less. I'll be all right." And that kind of started me finding passion, patience, and empathy for the movie process. I've been playing the same character in WWE for a while. It gave me a chance to do something different, gave me a chance to have a little more fun, and I was a little more wise to, like, oh, this day is gonna take 15 hours. It's not, show starts at 8, show's done at 10, and we drive to the next city. So, way long answer of every time I've had a plan, it has fallen to shite, and I've had to just look at my cards and be like, okay, I'll do that instead. So it's just the ability to adapt.
No, that's great advice, though. There's a lot of aspiring actors and entertainers that come to these Comic Cons. Well, through your wrestling, it's very obvious you've been very emotional. You've always had great facial expression, so it's to no one's surprise that you are already such a gifted actor. But we've now been able to see you through different roles, you know, show that serious side or show the action star side. But your comedic side is possibly my personal favorite. We have to talk about Ricky Stenicki and your musical prowess in the film. What was it like to stretch your comedic muscles for once?
Rock Hard Rod was great. He made a bunch of songs about doing stuff.
Yeah.
If you haven't seen the movie and you don't know what I'm talking about, wait until you see it. No, it was fun, and to be able to work with Pete Fairley, who did Dumb and Dumber, and you know, so many other titles, but just a fun comedic mind. And so I've always thought that this is a special way for growth. Never be the smartest person in the room. Like, surround yourself with really intelligent people. And you know, I got a chance to kind of be funny in Fred, but then I got a chance to be surrounded by really funny people in Trainwreck and Sisters and Blockers and all of these other movies, Vacation Friends. I'm surrounded by really funny people. So just allowing them to be who they are and allowing them to be their best selves allows them to be funny. And in return, they give me a little bit of a handicap and say, not every joke you ask to say needs to be funny. We're just going to air the funny ones. So we'll waste a bunch of time with you trying to tell jokes. And they provide an environment where failure is okay. And that's really important, because if you try to be perfect, you're not going to take a risk. WWE, sports entertainment, is an environment for failure to be okay. You guys are very harsh, but you also stick around for the next episode. So you don't have to always be perfect. Comedy is the same thing. Being around talented comedians is the same thing, because they know what it's like to tell a joke to no response. So I was just around good folks, and still am, around very, very gifted, funny people.
Such a funny movie, but I mean, you had so many musical numbers that, again, we can't really repeat here, but you can carry a hell of a tune, and you've done your own theme songs in WWE. Is there a more musical side of John Cena that we might see someday?
Not that you'll see. I think the music is for me. I also think now, in a day and age where we share everything, we want to make sure the world knows exactly what we're doing. I believe there's a bunch of equity in keeping things for you because you don't do it for any other reason other than yourself. There is a musical side to me. None of you will ever see it. Right now.
We're intrigued. Well, we mentioned all of the different genres that you've represented in acting, but is there a genre that you haven't represented or a style of acting that we've yet to see from you that you have in the back of your mind that you'd love to play a certain role or be in a certain genre?
So I get a lot of questions, both sports entertainment and film and television related to about like, hey, what do you want to do? I think those are great questions because to have a vision in your mind, that's something special. I'm not responsible for any of that. That is way beyond my control. So if I say I want to be a certain character in a certain movie, even if it's a long shot, like the vision is in my head. And if those expectations aren't met, I might be upset. I met an individual today who told me he was trained to be an independent wrestler and his goal was to be WWE champion. And I said, whoa, not bad, but I want you to know that the math on that is really slim. It is not impossible, it's improbable. When I started in the business, I didn't want to be WWE champion, I just wanted to wrestle. Which means every time I went out to wrestle, I did the best I could. And it put me on a path to be seen by more and more and more people. So I did not try to correct his path because having a vision and a goal is important. I just offered the fact that, hey, if I deem myself a success or failure based off of this one metric that is beyond my control, this person does not control who makes whom a champion, well, you're setting yourself up for a steep hill. Not impossible, still steep. But if your goal, you can cast a wider net and say, I wanna get paid to wrestle. That means you're a professional, even if it's $5. If somebody hands you money to wrestle, you're a pro, congratulations. And then maybe there you wanna say, oh, I wanna work in a different part of the world, or I wanna work in a different part of the United Kingdom. I think if you have those goals that are within your control, what you can do to change your path, I think it gives you a lot more satisfaction. So when it comes to movies, I don't say I wanna do X, I just wanna entertain. So that means when I get a role in Blockers or in Ricky Stenicki, what I wanna do is leave it all on the field. Because if you do good work, somebody's gonna be stupid enough to give you another chance. So I just wanna take every opportunity and try to do good work. Today, when I'm meeting you guys, everybody's like, man, you must be so tired. I'm not, I just wanna do great work. I know you guys came out of your pockets to spend a lot of money to be here, to be with us, to share moments. I don't ever want you to feel bad about that. I'm so grateful. It's you guys that have made this tour a success, that have made me be a pro wrestler for 23 years, have allowed me to do what I love, and that's entertain people and hold their attention. So I just want to make sure the moments we spend together are special. And everybody today and yesterday was so nice, and there were so many of you, and that's fantastic. But I just want to make it to the end of today, and at the end of today, I'll be exhausted. And then I'll get back to New York and find the enthusiasm to leave it all on the field for Monday. And then I'll just figure it out after that. So I don't know, I think just wanting to do good work and knowing that if you continuously do that, you're gonna get a chance somewhere.
Well said. Thank you for sharing. And tell me about that Comic-Con experience and meeting your heroes, meeting your favorite stars. If we can rewind, if you can think back to maybe young Cena, teen Cena, who would have you spent your money on? Like, who would you have liked to meet and had a star experience with, whether it be an athlete or an actor? If you were going to Comic-Con and you had some hard-earned money, you thought, I want to meet that person, I want to be inspired by that person, which star would that be for you? Or stars?
I would always kick down to Andre the Giant, just because he was such a specimen. And yes, every wrestler in that day and age was larger than life. But the way two classes before me speak about Andre, and like the way the class before me speaks about Andre, and the way 3 classes and 4, like ever since Andre was a thing, which was always, I just would have liked to experience that spectacle. I think that would have been something. Yeah.
Andre the Giant, what a legend, absolutely. And of course, got into the Hollywood scene as well. There you go.
He did.
Following those giant footsteps, are you, John Cena?
Some big shoes to fill, yes.
Yes, well, very big. Well, we talk about aspiring entertainers, aspiring actors, and you give such great advice to young people all around the world. Again, we talk about Make-A-Wish, we talk about you meeting independent wrestlers. I mean, I've heard stories of you going to the Full Sail when NXT was there, and you know, people would tell me, all the wrestlers would say, well, John Cena just showed up. And he just gave us advice, and he wasn't announced, it wasn't a thing. He just showed up and helped us with our moves or gave us a pep talk, and you're so good at that. But one thing I hear from a lot of the fans is what they struggle with, if you can just give them some words of advice, if you wouldn't mind. They struggle with confidence. Was confidence something that you had to learn, or was that something that came more naturally to you?
I need to start this by saying in no way am I qualified to give anybody advice. My degree is in how the human body moves, and I barely got through school. So what I'm about to say, take with a grain of salt. I saw a lot of sweatshirts out there that said, you are enough, right? That's a huge builder in confidence. Looking at the man in the mirror or the human being in the mirror and being at peace with who they are. I think that's a great start. If you realize that you are enough, if you are worthy of love, you begin to wonder what love is like, what makes you happy, and I think you can follow those paths. And for everybody, it's different. For us here today, it's having moments with people you see on TV, dressing up in your favorite costume, your parents dragging you out to a boring panel, all that stuff. And that's what happiness today is. So I think that all starts with just making sure that you know that you're enough. And I think that's a good help in building confidence.
Love that. Keep it simple, love that. And another mantra that's been yours for about 20 years has been hustle, loyalty, respect. First of all, I'd love to know how that came about and how that became your signature mantra, but also how it holds up in this sort of polarizing world and what it means to you now.
The now of it all, guys. The world has been polarizing ever since we've had the world. It's just we're here now. Hard work, respect and empathy for those around you, and loyalty to those who have stuck their neck out for you, I believe are three tenets that can help you go. They've always worked for me. They were core values of mine before I put them on a hat. This is my favorite hat, by the way. It's very simple. I know a lot of the John Cena stuff is Fruity Pebbles Bright, so this is a bit different. It just says core tenets, and on the back it reminds you to embrace perseverance and never give up. It's just my perspective, but I think those three core values are important to make the most out of every day.
I have to ask now, where did the Fruity Pebble colors come from? Where did that originate? How did you get so bright?
I just wanted to make, that's my uniform.
Yeah.
So I wanted to make entertaining and vibrant uniforms because it matches the energy of who I am. I come out of the curtain like a Tasmanian devil, and I'm just really excited. And for those who've seen me backstage, they'll like watch the amp up. I am very reserved, like I am now, but as it gets closer and closer to the 0 hour, I become very excited. And then when the trumpets play, honestly, it's just a wave of emotion that hits me because I know I'm about to come out into some energy that is very difficult to define if you've never felt it. Those who've been to WWE Live, you know what I'm talking about. It's like, it's human beings, but it's energy. It's something you feel, and we're all part of it. We're all part of the act. Like, it's awesome. So the bright colors was more of just a reflection of something to try to match my energy. And everyone was like wearing black, and it was all drab stuff and drab graphics. And I just wanted to put energy and inspiration on my stuff, I guess, yeah.
Speaking of inspiration, we're going to talk about people that inspired you. I wouldn't dare ask you to do a Mount Rushmore of wrestling unless you feel like answering it. I would love to know what your Mount Rushmore of acting is.
Mount Rushmore is Washington, Jefferson, Lincoln, Roosevelt. Is that right? Yeah. So
they're British, but yeah.
That's Mount Rushmore.
Is there what?
If a Brit can fact check me, is that it? Is it Washington, Jefferson?
Give it a goog. Sure.
Lincoln, Roosevelt, is that it?
So.
That's Mount Rushmore. Yeah. That's it.
Don't ask.
That's Mount Rushmore. Right on. Excellent.
We're learning today.
Yes, indeed. That's it.
But you're acting.
That's Mount Rushmore.
Oh, that's your Mount Rushmore.
That's Mount. That
Okay.
is the monument. There it is. That's it.
No favorite actors that inspired you. You don't
No,
need to pick
that's
more
a
than
different
4.
question, right? That's a different
No,
question.
Your Mount Rushmore of acting.
No, Mount Rushmore is what is Washington, right? That's it.
Bro, I was homeschooled and I'm feeling it right now. I'll rephrase. Do you have any actors? Actually, let's go current. I was going to say past or present. Let's go current. Do you have any current actors that you're really an admirer of and that maybe inspire you and that you're a fan of their work?
I think it's a great question, but I do see we are running thin on time.
Oh, we are.
Did you want to get a chance to get some fan questions?
Would you like to get interactive with the
I don't
Monopoly
know.
events
Okay with you guys?
crowd?
All right,
Let's do it. Let's
we
go
got a few
to.
out there. We got less than 20 minutes left.
If you wouldn't mind, that'd be so wonderful. Let's go to microphone number 1 on the right, please.
Yeah, go for it.
Can you talk about Daddy's Home too? Because it's one of my favourite Christmas films.
Great Christmas film. Great Christmas film. Thank you so much. As the holiday season warms up, I hope everybody watches Daddy's Home too. Man, it's a musical. It's like a Christmas musical as
I
well.
like when he goes in, no need to be afraid, Roger, at the end.
What's that?
When he goes, no need to be afraid, Roger.
Yes.
That's funny.
Yes. And he was right. Yes, indeed. No, I'm very happy with that movie. That movie started with a joke. I don't know if you saw Daddy's Home 1. Did you see it? At the very end, Mark Wahlberg's character needed someone who looked like him, but a little bit more imposing.
Yeah, and he goes, nope.
And he saw a train wreck, and I think saw the joke that I made about him, and he requested that I be in Sisters. So hats off to Mark Wahlberg, not only for being a great professional, but a good sport, because he snuck me into the end of Daddy's Home 1, which got me that musical number in Daddy's Home 2.
There won't be any more Daddy's Home, will there? Because there's no more daddies, is there? So,
What's that?
there won't be any more Daddy's Home, will there? Because there's no more daddies.
God, I'd love to do one.
Unless
I
they do
think
your
that's-
dad in it.
Yeah, am I gonna dance?
No, unless they do your dad in it, if you're going to be the new daddy.
I mean, maybe.
Daddy's Home.
Maybe. Seems like we're spitballing a project here. Who's playing?
Then,
Who's playing my dad? Arnold?
yeah.
Yeah, great idea. All right, we got it. I hope Hollywood will.
Great idea.
Well done.
We're spitballing here. We got question number 2.
Hi, so my question is, how would you plan for Peacemaker to escape salvation?
Ooh, that's a good question. And any answer I give doesn't mean anything. Because there's one guy who knows all the answers and writes those stories, and when they threw me in that field, I looked around like, hey man, how are we gonna get out of this? And he just walked off. So I have no idea. What I do know is I'm very happy because I know it's an integral part of the DC story. And I think when James Gunn says the DC universe, he's serious. He wants all the pieces to fit and connect. So I can tell you from somebody whose boots are on the ground of salvation, I have no clue. But I can't wait to see what he does, and I just hope I'm part of it.
Thank you.
Thanks so much.
Thank you. Let's go to microphone 3 up at the top right.
Hi, John.
Oh, we got 3 and 4. Holy smokes, my God. Okay.
Shout me, how much?
Yeah, no, I got you.
Sort of, now you've successfully transitioned over from sort of Hollywood and now leaving the WWE, it seems that you're quite a good leader towards all the WWE wrestlers because they have a lot of time and a lot of respect for you. What does your sort of never give up mantra look like now you're moving over to sort of leaving the WWE physically?
Man, I think it could be anything. I mean, each day presents us with a new bunch of challenges. It could be something as simple as like, hey, be curious. Be curious about life, even after all the opportunities life has dropped in your lap and you're lucky enough to get. You can honor the gift of life, and you can honor those opportunities by remaining curious about life, which means attacking every day in a sense of like, hey man, if I'm gonna relax, if I wanna relax with the people I love, I shouldn't be elsewhere. I should be there with them doing the thing that I said I wanted to do. Or if it's learn something new, read another book, or try to learn an instrument, or maybe get stronger at my age, or get in decent shape at I'm 48 when I'm 50. Being aware enough to say, hey, my body can't handle it anymore. I got to call it quits now before I, 1, maybe really get injured, and 2, if you chanted you can't wrestle a long time ago, holy hell, you're going to hit me with some other chance if I stick around too long. So I think it's just being aware of what every day gives you, and that life is a great gift, and staying curious about life is essentially, for me, from my perspective, never giving up on life, just staying curious.
Thanks, Sean.
Yeah, four, we got it. No time for the golf clap. I mean, get those. Cena lines up for the putt. 6.5 feet away, right to left break. Here he is. He's in for a double bogey, ladies and gentlemen. That's the clap. That's what I'm talking about. We don't got time for that. Go ahead, go for it.
Can you tell James Gunn to make me Batman?
Can I tell James Gunn to make you Batman? No. Can I ask him to? Yes. And you don't want me to record his response. He uses some foul language, that James Gunn. Yes. And every once in a while can get angry. I will ask him. I can't wait to hear what he says.
Thank you.
Thank you. 1. We're back down to 1. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, excellent.
First of all, John, I've got to thank you again for that incredible moment back in Wales when I got on stage and danced.
No, thank you.
It actually led to me meeting James as well in the end, so I got to meet James Gunn as well.
Did you ask for him to be Batman when you met him?
I can do if I get to meet him again.
Okay, all right. I was just wondering what he said, because I'm not planning for a good answer. That's okay, that's all right, it's all right.
I wanted to ask you about the moment when Keith is about to die in Peacemaker Season 2.
Yes.
How did you get into that headspace? Because the guttural scream you let out at that moment is heartbreaking. I mean, Peacemaker Season 1 into 2, although it's a comedy, it is the story of a broken man. Just that moment, all the music went, all the sound went, and you can tell that pretty much everyone on the set as well was just silent at that scream. So how did you get into that headspace at that moment?
Well, I guess the best thing we try to do as performers, whether it be on television, on screen, or live in front of you, is try to convey certain emotions. This is somebody who, at a young age, lost a lot of things, and then was able to go to a situation where he had those things back. And I think loss is something we all know about. It doesn't matter if you are dressed up as a superhero or from an alternate universe. Everyone knows loss. Everyone knows anger, everyone knows frustration, everyone knows humility, embarrassment, everyone also knows excitement. They know amusement, they know joy. I think our goal is to try to understand emotionally what's going on and do our best to use our tools to try to convey that, to try to convey frustration, loss, confusion, everything at once, and sometimes that is a weird guttural scream, and other times it's through other paths, but that's our job as performers, and I think great performances, thank you very much for that, but great performances are revered so much and appreciated so much because it's really tough to do, and especially with a bunch of people watching. Like, a set doesn't look like what you see. It is very, very different, and it takes a lot of vulnerability because a lot of people see you looking vulnerable and looking weak and sometimes looking stupid and foolish, and it just takes the courage to try to get past all that and do what we do. But again, I play dress up for a living. So I'm very grateful to do so. I will take any chance I get to have that option. So thank you very much. Number 2, I like that the golf clap has settled down. We got 12 minutes left. I want to be able to get as many of these as I can.
So John, as your schedule gets busier and busier throughout your...
Busier? I'm retiring. What are you talking about?
Well...
My God, do you know something I don't? Anyway, keep going.
You're going to get a bit more acting, I think. I think that's what's going to happen.
I'm finished in this town.
But, well, you might do another rap album, hopefully.
Not a chance. Not a chance.
Just another day in the life. But listen, if you're going through your career now and you've been so busy and you've lived through that never give up mantra, what tips can you sort of give us? Not tips, but what do you do? Is there ever a time where you have self-doubt or burnout, where you're going through all of this at once, where you're wrestling, you're acting, you're doing everything? Is there ever a time where you think this is too much for me? Or was there ever a time, and how do you deal with that burnout as the busier and busier it became?
Yeah, all the time. All the time, and I think every situation is different. I think that's what it comes down to. A lot of these questions are like advice-based, and again, who the F am I? I'm just up here doing this. I think every situation is unique and needs to be handled as it is. And I think once you begin to accept what goes on, you can ask questions about honest questions about what's going on, and then get to the core root of the problem and navigate the obstacle. I think it's very situational dependent. 3.
What is your Mount Rushmore of wrestlers?
So we went over this. Mount Rushmore is Washington, Jefferson, Lincoln, Roosevelt, I think. Yes, absolutely.
Of wrestlers?
Thank you, exactly. Number 4.
Hello. My question is, of all I Quit matches you ever done, which is your favorite?
Say again?
Of all I Quit matches you ever done, which is your favorite?
Gosh, there was a very hard-hitting Texan by the name of John Bradshaw Layfield that beat the ever-living snot out of me in an I Quit match, but also he's not too bad a guy because he let me do the same to him. I think that's one of my favorite ones. Thank you very much for asking. Yes, 1.
Hi, John. Hi. I want to ask you something I used to wonder when I was about 8 years old.
Man, let's dive into your 8-year-old brain. Here we go. All right. As long as it's not your 13-year-old brain.
Oh yeah.
That'd be a different story. All right, here we go.
Yeah, so I'm from Bangladesh, and like, we don't have the time here to explain what you mean to me, but you meant a lot, and you still do. But when I was a kid, the only way to feel close to you was really through bootleg T-shirts and a bootleg My Time Is Now CD, because nothing used to make its way there, right? And I always used to wonder, does John Cena know that we exist? So the adult version of that question is, when did you realize that you've touched people all throughout the world and you're kind of known everywhere?
Oh wow, man! I don't even want to make a joke out of that question. That's really just flattering to say. I'm very grateful that for the longest time I was able to perform in a medium that is a universal language, physical performance, and you never know who's paying attention, right? I think that's really important. WWE is a global company, and honestly, I'm still surprised we go places. And people are doing this. Like I just don't get it. I don't understand the impact. But again, if every single time I do this is as valuable and meaningful to me as the first time, hopefully when people pay attention, they feel good about it. So thank you very much for the kind words, and thank you for sharing your story. I appreciate you.
Thank you. I love you, man.
My question is, what motivates you to still stay consistently at the top of your game in both film and sports entertainment industry?
Well, I'm the luckiest guy in the world. Like, I acknowledge dumb luck. Like, the opportunities that have come my way have been lucky. But here's my perspective on that. If you are prepared for luck to happen, you can make the most out of your luck, and you can actually begin to make your own luck. So I'm aware that it could be anybody. And making the most of my luck is at least gonna honor the opportunity when someone places a bet on me. I don't do any of this. Somebody today placed a bet on me to be here. So I wanna make every single person's moment meaningful and impactful. So the person who placed the bet on me feels good, and the person who placed the bet on me in our moment feels good. And I think that's infectious, and it just puts the math in your favor to have good karma. And I think if you can get that energy rolling behind you, you never know what can happen. But just be prepared, understand that a lot of it is luck, understand that nobody does it alone, and go like hell when they play the music, you know? Right on, 3. We got 7 minutes left.
We're gonna need some help with the microphone. Thank you so much.
Yep, there's a little mic adjustment there.
Height adjustment. Thank you.
Yeah, we're gonna get him some lifts in the shoes.
He's gone shy.
That's okay, that's all right. Honestly, I mean, from my perspective, you are directly behind the number 3 sign, so I can't see you.
He wanted to know, have you ever had any serious injuries doing wrestling?
Serious, a bunch of them, and just from being stupid, taking risks that I shouldn't have, not warming up properly, thinking I'm invincible. It is a very physical sport. I've had a lot of injuries and a lot of surgeries, and everyone has become from either lack of preparation and warm-up on my part, I was lazy, or taking a stupid risk that I thought I could do. In the back of my mind, I really knew I couldn't do it. So it's to all you independent performers out there, I've spoken to a few of you, the consistent advice I give, please be safe. Yes, you want to show the world what you can do in a capacity of stunt and athleticism. But if you're not safe, you'll do it once and you'll never do it again. So just please be safe out there if you're trying a vocation in the ring. 4 up top. 6 minutes left.
Hello.
Every second counts. Yes, right? We just got real in here. Come on now.
My question to you is that James Gunn said that Deadpool was supposed to be a cameo at the end of Peacemaker Season 2. How
Did
do you
he?
think... Huh?
Did he say that?
He did say that, yeah.
He said that?
Yeah, Deadpool
That
was
mother...
supposed to be.
We couldn't get Deadpool?
Apparently not.
Damn, it would have been dope to have Deadpool. Why'd you do that to me, man? You sure he said that?
I'm sure it was the thing at the end of the show. He said
It wasn't Shane Gunn or like some other Twitter handle. Like, bootleg James Gunn. I don't know. Whatever. Okay. All right. So we were supposed to, according to James Gunn, have Deadpool in Peacemaker season 2, allegedly. First time I'm hearing of this, but where's the question?
My question to you is, how do you think Peacemaker would have reacted with him?
Oh man, that would be fun to see, right? That's a main event poster I'd check out for sure. Peacemaker and Deadpool just rubbing up against each other. doing superhero stuff. You know, just, I don't know, those two guys, a gallon of brandy, and we just figure out where it goes. I like that. I hope it could happen. That would be pretty good. I'm gonna be PO'd at James Gunn the next time I see him when he get Deadpool. Good question though. All right, boss, let's go.
What's your favourite WrestleMania match?
Favorite WrestleMania match. So usually a lot of people are like, what's your favorite match? And the answer is always the same. It's my next one because I will have a chance to reflect eventually, but I always like to look forward. You asked a great question because I don't have any more WrestleManias. So what's my favorite WrestleMania match? I was very fond of me versus The Rock in Miami because I thought being able to do a year-long build, which is very rare, and deliver an outcome that I don't know if a lot of people thought was going to happen, was pretty decent. I got to give respect again to John Bradshaw Layfield because he allowed me to win a championship at WrestleMania in Hollywood. And I got to tip my cap to Big Show Paul White, who allowed me to pick him up in Madison Square Garden to win my first ever WWE Championship at WrestleMania and the US Championship. Those are my top 3. That's one away from a Mount Rushmore, which, as we know, is Washington, Lincoln, Jefferson, Roosevelt. Excellent. That's a callback. Here we go. 3 minutes left.
Before my question, I just want to say you're my hero. I want to say a personal thank you for everything you've given the WWE for the past 23 years. And my...
All right, right on. Hey, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thanks.
And my question is, out of all your rivals throughout the years, who's had the biggest impact on not just your career, but your life?
Wow. Man, you had to hit me with the second part. Yeah, there's a lot. Like, no, there's a lot. I want to say Dwayne Johnson, and I'll tell you why. Because when I started to do what I thought was good business and try to do what's best for wrestling, I wasn't empathetic to the person I was talking about. So when you hit me with the last part when you said for life, I made some bad choices in the way I tried to wrangle up a main event, and I was not empathetic. And that is a great life lesson. If we can all just have a second, and man, when we're all feeling good and we're all happy, empathy's easy. But it's when we're a little bit short is when empathy's tough. And that storyline cost the friendship of somebody I cared about, which took years to mend. And I'm grateful for it. And my takeaway was have more empathy and always try to see every person's journey before you go do something stupid. So thank you. Yes, 2 minutes left.
How's it going?
It's going
just
well.
A quick question. How would you settle after a moment like WrestleMania headlining? What's like your after show?
Oh, easy, bud. A couple pints of Guinness.
Me too.
Yeah. A couple pints of Guinness. Yeah. Quiet space. Maybe some food's involved. Who knows? Yeah. Just I think.
Food?
I don't know. Depends on where I'm at. If I'm here, I would go for an English breakfast, even if it's late at night. Yeah. I do like the black pudding. I think I might be the only person. Honestly, I think after you get out of your own way of trying to be better, everyone who comes through the curtain is the same. I could have done this, I could have done this. Just relaxing and realizing that you had those moments is something, but WWE's finicky, right? Because WrestleMania has always been on a Sunday, or at least for my tenure. And then we got to do TV on Monday. So you get like a half an hour to enjoy, which is why I'm very much looking forward to December, because for the first time in my life, I'll literally be able to look back on 23 years of epic Sundays and kind of maybe process how I feel. you know, my goal is to always do the best I can and give you all your money's worth. I ain't perfect, but that's my goal. I try. But you don't have a lot of time to reflect. I land, do 2 days here, I fly to New York. As soon as I land, I'm gonna change into the jorts and run out the tunnel. And then, you know, we gotta keep moving. So I'm very excited for my retirement, because for the first time, instead of looking in the windshield, I'll be able to check the rearview mirror for a second. But usually after the event, a pint or 2, 5, 20. Guinness, I don't know how they made the smaller cans in the States. It's not, it's the big cans. But yes, just some nice Guinness, good pour. Yeah.
Appreciate it.
Number 4.
Hi, John.
Hey.
Out of all the cameos you've like ever done across like Simpsons and Barbie and
Yes.
Ferdinand,
Yep.
what has been your favorite?
Oh gosh, there was a movie called Tour de Pharmacy. Check it out in 5 years. That's my favorite one. Man, it's just about a bike race. That's all I can tell you. But check that one out in a little bit. Tour de Pharmacy, that was one of my favorites. As they say in the stand-up business, that's my time, folks. Thank you so much. I appreciate y'all. I hope you watched my last episode of Monday Night Raw in a few hours. It's going to be tomorrow at Madison Square Garden, and then we got Survivor Series in San Diego, and then of course DC. We're all going to close this chapter. Thank you so much for allowing me to be here today. Thank you everybody for sitting through this.